All right, here we go. We're going to go ahead and finish up our examples. The first one we're going to discuss is a reflection on the x-axis. So remember, this is your x-axis right here. And so we're basically going to take this thing and flip it over this x-axis, and we know it's going to land over here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the coordinates of our pre-image. So we're going to figure out where T is, and it doesn't matter the order, R and Y. And so we know that it's going to be the x comma y. We got to give our x coordinate and our y coordinate. So we're going to go left 1 up 2 for our T. So it's going to be a -1, 2. The R is going to be from the origin right 3, 1, 2, 3, up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was 3, 4. 3, 4, and the y is right 2, so +2, up 2, 2, 2. All right, so now we're going to reflect it across the x-axis. So I'm going to go ahead and change my color. Let's use this one. So remember, this is our line of reflection, and we're going to do the rule. So that basically means, hey, you're going to, let me make that a little smaller. There we go. So that means you're going to keep the exact same x coordinate. Sorry, I wanted to put that here. X comma. We want the exact same x coordinate, but we're going to do the opposite of the y coordinate. All right. And so we're just here. We're going to put our t prime because it's going to be the point t prime now. We're going to do r prime and y prime. And we're going to just take the exact same x coordinate. So whatever this one is, we're going to go ahead and keep it the same. I'm going to do the same thing here. Same thing here. But the y coordinate, we're going to do the opposite. So that's the key. We're going to do the opposite. So it was a +2. Now it's going to be a -2. It was a +4. Now it's going to be a -4. Was a +2. Now it's a -2. And then you're just going to go ahead and plot those points. So we're going to go left 1 down 2 and make sure you label it. That's going to be t prime. We're going to go right 3 down to -4. That one is going to be your r prime. And then the last one is going to be right 2 down 2, and that is your y prime. And then you just do the best you can at connecting those with a fairly straight line. And so that is, hopefully you do a better job than I did. But hopefully you can visually see that this image is reflected over that x-axis over here. All right, here we go. We're going to do the same process, only this time we're going to do the y-axis. So do me a favor, pause this video, try this one yourself, and then unpause it, and then you can see if you did it right. So always try things yourself first, and then go and watch the video to see if we did it right. All right, so we're going to take our pre-image, which is xy, and we're going to get the coordinates of t, which I think it's the exact same picture. Yes, it is. So that's cool. So it's going to be -1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 2. And now we're going to do our reflection, our line of reflection. And we know this time it's going to be on the y-axis. So I'm going to go ahead and dash the y-axis this time. And so we're going to still call this t prime, r prime, y prime. And our actual rule, the rule is to do the opposite of x, leave y alone. So we're going to do the opposite of x, leave y alone. So this time I'm going to go ahead and fill in my y coordinates first because we're not going to change those. So I'm going to leave it 2, 4, and 2. Uh-oh. Try that again. I don't even know how I did that. Oh, that was crazy. Okay, so it's going to be 2, 4, and 2. And now we're going to do the opposite. That's what it says, opposite of your x. So what is the opposite of a negative 1? Positive 1. What is the opposite of a positive 3? Negative 3. Opposite of 2? Negative 2. And then we're going to go ahead and plot these points. We're going to do right 1 up 2. That's going to be your t prime. We're going to go left 3 up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then left 2 up 2. 1, 2. And oops, I forgot to label this one. R prime, Y prime. And we're going to go ahead and connect those. And so this gets a little tricky because they're kind of intersecting one another, but hopefully you can see that this flipped over here, this part flipped over there. So it is a reflection, and maybe we should have used a dashed line, but that's fine. That works too. All right, so hopefully you guys are doing all right. Remember, I will be in the meet, so if you guys need help, come and join me in the meet, and I will try and clarify anything you might need help with. All right, the next one is going to be a reflection on the line y equals x. And so still the same process. We're going to take our pre-image. Our pre-image is still the same points. That's your x and your y. T, R, y. So it's going to be negative 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 2. And then we're going to reflect it this time across the y equals x line. So if you didn't know, that's this line right here. And I'm trying to make it as straight as I can. That is the y equals x. And the reason for that is wherever there is, whatever your y is, your x is. So this is 1, 1, this is 2, 2, this is 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. So these numbers are the same on those lines. All right, and then here is the rule. And you just basically switch your x and your y coordinate. So that is your rule. You're going to have your y, then your x. So we're just going to straight up take all of these points and we're going to switch them. So it was negative 1, 2. Now it's going to be 2, negative 1. It was 3, 4. Now it's going to be 4, 3. And that one's nice because they're already 2, 2. So it's reflecting. And you can see the point is actually on that line. That's why it's not going to reflect because it's already on that line of reflection. So this is going to be y and it's going to be y prime. All right, let's go ahead and plot the other two. It's going to be right 2 down to negative 1. And that is going to be your t prime. And then we're going to go right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, up 2, and what did I do? Okay, right 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect those dots. All right, so hopefully you can see that it is a mirror image across that dashed line at y equals x, and so that flips over on there. Probably could have been drawn a little bit better, but hey, we get what we get. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and do our last problem, and it's going to be the reflection across the y equals negative x. Let me first, once again, draw our pre-image, x, y. And so it's the same exact points. So it's going to be negative 1, 2. And so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do t prime, r prime, and y prime. And what our rule says, this is our rule here. Our rule says not only are we going to switch the x and the y. Oops, forgot the negative there. And I don't like that. There we go. We're going to switch the x and the y we're also going to do the opposite sign. So we're going to do two things. We're going to switch x and y coordinates, and we're going to do the opposite sign. So we're first going to switch this. Instead of -1, 2, it's going to be, I'm going to go ahead and just switch them first to -1. And then we're going to change the signs. So I just flipped them, and now we're going to change the signs. It was a 2, now it's going to be -2. It was a -1, now it's going to become a +1. So let's do that again. Switch those. So we're going to do 4, 3, and then we're going to change the signs. This one's nice and easy because when we switch it, it's exactly the same thing, but we're going to switch the signs. And then so that is going to be a reflection across this line here. This is called y equals -x, because whatever the opposite of your x is going to be your y. All right, so let's go ahead and plot those. So we're going to go left 2, up 1. That is your t prime. We're going to go left 4, down 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to go left 2, down 2. That is your y prime. And we're going to do our best at connecting these dots. And hopefully you see if this was a piece of paper and we took this, it would reflect right over onto this other side. All right, thanks for watching. Hopefully this helps.